What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. We've got a Total War Warhammer free-for-all for you guys today, and I want to thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I've kind of been on Christmas break, and I've kind of just had so much going on with my family, and my mom's kind of sick, and so there's just a lot going on, so I haven't been able to make videos lately, but I am back. I'm ready for action. I do have a bunch of videos saved, a bunch of good battles for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy what we've got coming up for you leading up to the Tomb Kings next month. So for this one, I thought you guys enjoy it. It's got some friendly faces. We've got Lucky Charms, who's actually Turin in disguise. We've got Atticus and Profpwn. So those are some well-known names, I think, for you guys. And we had a fun free-for-all for you guys, and I just want to show you. So I bought kind of a crazy fun army. I'm going to break through everyone's armies real quick. I don't want to take too long because it's a pretty long game. But you see here, I have got Longbeards, and we have got great weapons mixed in there as well. And those, if you look, they have gold chevrons. So they actually, right now, buffed up, have 62 melee defense. And these ones with great weapons have 50 melee defense with 35 melee attack. So they are doing some major damage. We've also got some Quarrelers back here with great weapons, and I figured that way, even after they're out of ammo, they could still take some shots. And a free-for-all battles normally do last a really long time. We've got a Runesmith back here, and he's got all the runes that you could possibly have. Figured I could cycle through those. We've also got Grombrindal over here, who's got just Smoke Bomb and Foe Seeker. And we've also got a Goblobber, which is a Regiment Round Grudge Sower. That bad boy almost always pays for itself. Here in the back, we do have the two groups, Slayers and Dragonback Slayers. And those Dragonback Slayers are just, I really like them. You know, they've got Deathblow. They're pretty, you know, they're just pretty awesome. Especially, you know, I love the way they look too. Now over here for Turin's army, I think he's brought a themed Wood Elf army. So let's go ahead and pause it up. I see the points are starting to rack up, so I don't want you guys to miss any action. And we've got these Glade Riders right in front here with these Hagbane tips. Besides that, he does have two groups of Hawk Riders up here in the air. You see one group is kind of dipping here in this channel over here. And he's also got a bunch of trees. So this is his tree-themed army. He's got Tree Man, he's got Durthu, he's got a Branch Wraith here in the back, which has, let's see if we check out what the Branch Wraith has there. Looks like he has a Penumbral Pendulum, and he's also got Earthblood, and he has kept Call of the Wood, Call of the Woods. So he's got Smoke and Mirrors, so he'll be doing some good casting right there. Besides that, he does have the big Durthu. He's got a couple of groups of Treekin here, and he's got a whole front line of Dryads. Looks like those Dryads, three of them have a Bronze Chevron, but just not a huge amount of chevrons put. He's just got a really mobile army with those Glade Riders and those Hawk Riders. And then followed it up with you know, so he's got the eagles and he's got the trees. Here for the vampire there with Atticus, the von Carstein army, he does have a bunch of Crypt Horrors there. So if you see there, he's got like, I think 3 groups of Crypt Horrors. He does have Vlad von Carstein, of course, and he's got a bunch of spells there, if you can see on Vlad. See here. What has Vladdy Daddy got on him? It looks like he's got almost everything. He's got Wind of Death, he's got Raise the Dead, he's got Invocation, the heck, Blood Drinker, he's got Hunger. He is just going to be healing himself all the time with Blood Drinker. Besides that, he does have a couple of groups of Graveguard here in the front. He's got some Skeleton Spearmen, and look at those guys are buffed up too. 38 melee defense on Skeleton Spearmen. That's pretty good. So those two gold chevrons are actually doing some work. He's got 3 groups of those buff spearmen. He's got the 2 groups there at Graveguard, and here in the middle he does have a Claw and a Gash, which will do some major good in that heavy defensive army. Over here in the trees, you see he's got some Blood Knights, and he actually does have the Chill Guys. I think he figured he could use the Chill Guys against the Skaven, but the Skaven have a ton of magical damage actually. Here for the Skaven army, for Professor Pone, he does have a Doom Wheel here. And you see that Doom Wheel does have magical ammunition, so that thing will do some damage to those ethereal units. Besides that, he does have a Plague Priest, which is up here. Oh man, I just love him on that bell. It's so awesome. He's got Pestilent Breath. You see here, he's given 4 leadership and 5 melee attack to everyone around him. He's just got, I mean, all Billowing Death. I mean, he is just going to be able to do some good damage. Besides that, you see he's got a couple of groups of Plague Monks here. It looks like 4 groups of Plague Monks. He's also got in the back 2 groups of Rat Ogres, and those Rat Ogres are really strong. He's also got these 2 Warp Fire Throwers, and I will say I've never been able to get a Warp Fire Thrower to work for me. They just take damage so easily to enemy ranged units. but maybe he'll be able to do pretty well against the vampires since they don't have any ranged units of their own. So he does have, it looks like, dual plague priests. That is a pretty nasty build. He's got a bunch of rat ogres, and he does have this gray Seer of ruin right here in the middle. He's got, oh, let's see, I mean, he is awesome, man. He has got the Warp Storm Scroll. He's got all sorts of stuff, so he's got a bunch of spells as well. So I don't know how he's gonna find the Winds of Magic to use all these spells, but he definitely, he's got equipped with just about everything there in the Skaven army. All right, well, that's just about it for everyone, so let's go ahead and get this battle started. Now, right off the bat, you're going to see that the Skaven and the von Carstein player, they engage right away, and Turin just starts peppering with these air units. So he does have the Glade Riders with Hagbane tips, which will poison and slow down these vampire units. And these Hawk Riders are just going to get in there and do some major range damage as well. You'll see that the Skaven player, Profpwn, is approaching right here on Atticus, and Atticus has actually got those chill guys right around the backside. So I think with these Blood Knights charging, oh man, let's see just charging in the front there, but they're almost already taking down to 1/5 health. Here in the back, you'll see the chill guys are going to come in, and they're going to, oh, let's do the charge of the chill guys. Oh man, they're getting right in there into those Warfire throwers, and those Warfire throwers are dying pretty quick. Over here, the Blood Knights have Invocation in the Heck, and you see, oh, look at the charge, those Plague Mites right into those Skeleton Spearmen, and then the Crypt Horrors are following up there and just actually managing to get right into those Plague Monks. Here in the back, you'll see that the Plague Monks are not doing quite as well. There's a big group of rats here that are just kind of smashing, they're smashing through, and they should be able to support, but already those Blood Knights are shaking and starting to crumble. Over there on my side, you'll see I'm just kind of marching in. These guys have left me behind. You see Turin is coming in here. Look at that March of the Tree. Oh man, there's a fat Howling Warp Gale there. And I think that those Skeleton Spearmen took a major beating from that. But if you look, there's clan rats going down left and right. And there's just a massive melee going on here. These Crypt Horrors are in here smashing the Plague Monks. The Plague Monks are doing pretty good damage to the Crypt Horrors as well with their light armor. And pretty much just everything is taking huge damage. You see, Profpwn is already up to 3,300 points, and Turin is actually taking 1,800 points just from kind of sitting in the back and sniping. That Invocation in the Heck spamming has been keeping those Blood Knights alive, though, and you see them just charge right into those Dryads, but they're not going to want to be engaged too long with those Dryads. These Treeman units will take them down pretty quick. Over here, you'll see that, I mean, there's just all sorts of damage going on, and there's actually, you see that most of these units are actually being affected by Billing Death, and there goes a giant Penumbral Pendulum. So these mass units are just getting destroyed. Look at those Skeleton Spearmen are already, everyone's losing their binding, and the von Carstein-Atticus is actually taking huge damage. He is now being sandwiched by Turin, and that is always the problem with free-for-all, is if you are the guy that gets sandwiched, that is some trouble. You see the Rat Ogres here are almost down though, and there's just a ton of action going on. The Glade Riders have gotten over here. These chill guys have been massacred. There's just, if you look, the Warfire Throwers are now offline. And these Hagbane tips, Glade Riders, they're actually just going to fire right in this mass units. And I have finally, if we look back here at the mountain, I have finally gotten my Goblobber in. And I'm going to start at 5. So I've got 59 points, but Profpwn is still in the lead. And his rats are in here just doing major work. Unfortunately, this is just a massive melee. I mean, look at this. You see Turin's actually engaged on the side of this. There's bodies everywhere. We've got Durthu in here. We've got everyone. Let's see if we can just slow it down just for a second, just to see if we can figure out what's happening. We see Durthu's in here fighting Vlad von Carstein. We've got the Grey Seer and 2 Plague Priests, which are right here in the middle. There's Glade Riders firing in. There's Dryads in here fighting Crypt Horrors with a Claw of Nagash in there, which is just going to be draining health from everything in this entire aura around it. We've got Dryads over here. We've got the Doom Wheel in the back here, just kind of circling around and looking for a place to get in, probably amongst these Dryads. But we have Plague Monks that are routing off. My army is actually finally getting into place. I'm going to kind of come around and try to pinch her, and I really want to take out these Hawk Riders. You see those Glade Riders with Hagman tips are really low in ammo. So they have just been firing left and right. And you see that some of those clan rats are going to scurry off. And Turin is sitting here. He's a fat blob of trees. And he is actually living large. He is almost taking no health damage. The Claw and Nagash is in there. And that'll actually change though. Because that'll do some major work. But oh man, look at these Plague Priests are down too. The Doom Wheel's down pretty high, and those big tree units are going to do major damage to these single entity units like this. Durthu will get in here with his sword, and he is just mashing things down. He's starting to beat there on the Claw and Nagash. You see there's a Flock of Doom, and Turin's point score is just jumping up quick. He's got 6,000 points remaining, and look at all of these somewhat damaged units. And you see here the Hawk Riders are going to try to get in the back, but we're still taking a few shots at him. So the Hawk Riders are going to go in there. They're going to land on top of my Goblobber, which actually hits 32 kills, so it's not done too bad lately. You see the Doom Wheel is over here on the right as well, and these Glade Riders are coming in here too. So I was so happy that I got those Koros with great weapons, because they were actually able to hold their own for just a little while. Over here in the back, you see I did already lose my Goblobber, but my goal is going to, if I can get these Dragonback Slayers on this Doom Wheel, he is going to be in for trouble. You see there, his leadership is dropping pretty heavily, and all I want to do is get him surrounded with these Slayers. Here on the right, you see that my Quarrelers with great weapons were able to hold long enough for me to get in and sandwich. Oh man, those Glade Riders have to get out of there. Turin's Glade Riders are not going to live long. Here on the side, you'll see this Doom Wheel is trapped, and he's fighting this Dragonback Slayer, and that is exactly what I had hoped for. Here in the back, we're taking shots with these Quarrelers, and he knows that he can't get in there. Even though he's done some good damage with the Quarrelers, he's not going to be able to keep fighting with those great weapons. Here in the main battle, I've finally gotten engaged, and you see here, we've just got minus 22% damage, we've got tons of armor, and we're going to get in here with these Longbeards, and with that 50 melee defense, and the rune of negation and the spamming, you know, just the cycling of all of those runes, we're going to be able to last a really long time. You see all of my Longbeards are in here. They're kind of around my runesmith. My runesmith is just going to be providing buffs and just keeping us alive. The other guys have pretty much killed each other out. Turin here's got 8,300, Professor Pwn 7,000, and Atticus has 5,000. You see here, the Great Seer is actually still at pretty good health, but a lot of these tree units and the branch wraith are starting to kind of route off the side here. And that is one advantage for me, kind of fighting here by the side at the end, is that I didn't have a ton of leadership. At this point, I'm a little bit worried that I'm not going to be able to kill enough units to even get any points to be part of the game. I'm so far down here with 2,900 points. But you see here, oh, boom. That is a nasty shot of Warp Lightning. But, you know, I've still got tons of damage. You see the Runesmith is here. We've got Longbeards all over the place. And we're actually starting to surround this treeman, and we're going to chop him down. We've also got the Claw and Nagash surrounded here. And it's mainly those big units that are remaining. Luckily for me, I did bring some great weapons, so that'll be helpful. And we do have Grombrindal in here, who is just going to do massive damage. You see he's actually chasing Durthu around. Let's see if we can get a good view in here. Oh man, look at that. You can just see everyone fighting in here. This is just a crazy battle. But yeah, let's see. We've got Vlad is actually in the back here. You see Vlad is fighting some of those Longbeards. You've got a treeman here. We've got Durthu there. This is just a massive battle. This is, oh man, look at the Claw and Nagash. Chop down. And you see my points are just going up in massive amounts at this point. This tree man is going down, and I put the flash bomb on all of those units. Durthu is actually routing off for a little bit, and here in the back you'll see that my Quarrelers have just been firing. We've actually taken these Glade Riders down. This other group of Glade Riders is down pretty heavily as well. And these Dragonback Slayers are kind of off here, but we did manage to take out that Doom Wheel as well. So he's got a bunch of Hawk Riders over here. And while I kind of micro up in the front, I'm slowing down here in the back. But you see the Doom Wheel's routed off. I was actually able to break off these Glade Riders, and I'm still doing okay. I'm managing to hold my own here in the back. And when these Hawk Riders come in, I don't think they realize these great weapons are they'll do some major work. Those great weapon warriors are not gonna be pushovers over there. Here in this main battle, I think we're just finally starting to clean it up. Even though these Longbeards have taken tons and tons of damage, They've all got their own kills. Look at this corpse pile, guys. This is just the most corpses you've ever seen. Turin's up there at top with almost 10,000. Profpwn with 7,200. And I've taken over Atticus for second place. So I've still got some healthy guys. Durthu, if you look here, oh, this is the treeman. Sorry, Durthu is in the back. I think Durthu may have actually routed off the field. But the treeman's still got some health. The Grey Seer's got some health. But I've still got some Slayers. So I've got Slayers, we've got Longbeards. These guys are ranked up, so they actually, you know, hit a little bit above their weight. And you see we have actually routed off some Hawk Riders. So at this point I'm thinking, oh my god, Turin's got 9,700 points. There's not a lot of time left. I've got to do whatever I can do. So at this point you see we've got the Rune of Wrath and Rune, which slows down this Grey Seer. And I'm also able to kind of get up here and catch up with this Tree Man. So I really want to do as much damage as I can to the Tree Man. I'm doing damage to the Grey Seer right now. And at this point, I'm going to kind of get in the back here and try to do whatever damage I can to Turin's Hawk Riders here that he's got. So it's really just me fighting off against the last units of Profpwn and Turin here. We've got this Tree Man surrounded. I'm getting some points over there. Here in the back, you'll see these Glade Riders, or these Hawk Riders are kind of just trying to circle around. And, you know, he's trying to just use his mobility. He really doesn't want to get caught by those Dragonback Slayers. Those guys are chasing him, so we're going to go ahead and get back here. Look at these big boys who are fighting at the end. Look at the Treeman's just slamming down his fist there. He's just smashing dwarves. And he does do some good damage. It'll be a while, but Grombrindal will chop him down too. You see Grombrindal here has 532 weapon strength. He's got armor piercing, and every shot that he takes at this Treeman is going to take him down. So you see he's got that last shot took off about 400 health, and I think that's about it. So we've also got the Runesmith in here. This Treeman is going to be done for him. The Treeman is broken. The Grey Seer is kind of coming in here, and I think they're... Oh, I think I had another... Is that another Rune of Wrath and Rune? Yeah, so he's not going to be able to get away. You see Turin's Hag Rider, the Glade Riders come charging in there in the back. They're able to knock that Grey Seer down. I mean, the Grey Seer is taking damage from me, and I think we're going to... I'm not sure if Turin gets the kill on it. I kind of charge in here with these Longbeards as well, and Turin is trying to snipe every point he can. So, you know, Atticus is out of it. He's got 5,400. It's just a few of us remaining. Everything of all of those units, all of those mobile units of Turin's, we're able to get from the back there where I was fighting and get all the way in here to this main line engagement. Unluckily for him, I've still got this Rune of Oath and Steel. Oh man, we've killed the Grey Seer. We're gonna go ahead and kill these Glade Riders. I mean, they're not gonna be able to fight against these upgraded Longbeards like this. These guys just have way too much defense, so they're gonna start. And we're just not giving up a lot of points. You see, we haven't. Although we have given up a good number of kills, we haven't given up that many. So these Hawk Riders are pretty much all that's remaining. The Treeman, it looks like, is gotten a little bit more courage. He wants to fight a little bit longer. You see, he's got 1,000 points left. These Longbeards are gonna just step up and fight him one-on-one. He is just taking damage. Oh man, we've got the Rune of Wrath and Rune on that group of Hawk Riders, and it is 1,000 points with Turin, 8,000 points that I've got, and it is just me and this Treeman left. We've killed off the Hawk Riders there. We've shot them away. You see the Quarrelers are taking as many shots as they can there. We've got the last fight of the Treeman there. I think I moved Grombrindal up, and you see he's gonna get in a... I think it's an epic last battle here. The Treeman's down to... They're just 500 health. Grombrindal takes a swing, and I think that the Treeman actually shatters, and that was the last unit remaining. So we've got charging dwarves, and let's go ahead and take a look. It was such a close battle. I didn't know until the end I was able to pull out the victory. So if we look here, 10,509, Turin with 10,393, Profpwn 7,660, and 7,360. And Atticus was 5,400. So it was just a great battle. If we take a look here, the Goblobber, I really wasn't able to do as much as I would have liked with it. It did get 32 kills, so it may have helped a little bit pay for itself. But it kind of did separate those Hawk Riders. So the Quarrelers were able to help me out in the back. Those great weapons, they were able to really stand their ground against some of those mobile units. And if those were the regular Quarrelers, I think they would have died a lot quicker. Besides that, these Dragonback Slayers were kind of chasing units, but they were able to take out the Doom Wheel, which helped out a lot. And they were also, I mean, that was like major. If you killed that Doom Wheel's there, it probably kills about 150 of these Longbeards. So being able to take out that and screen out those Glade Riders, that was really helpful. You see here the frontline units, those Longbeards. I mean, we didn't give up very many deaths. You see there's still just huge health bars on them. I think they tried to leave me until the end to kind of, hopefully I wouldn't be able to get over there in time, but I was able to, you know, kind of just do my damage. Grombrindal was able to get huge amounts of hits on all of those heroes. If we take a look at Turin's army here, Durthu with 24 kills, but that Branch Wraith did some major damage with that Penumbral Pendulum. 100 kills there, so you saw him get that major spell off. The Treeman was fighting that whole time, but it is hard to kill dwarves, so he only had 36 kills. And you know, it was those Dryads that really got it done. Besides that mobile army that Turin had was really helpful. I think the problem for Turin is that we were fighting right by the edge, and so a lot of his units there got routed off with a lot of health, I think. So that was probably a problem. We take a look at Profpwn's army. You see that Gray Seer, 85 kills. That was just a nasty army. I think I'd like to take that in ladder sometime. Maybe I'll check this one out. I'll screenshot this one and give it a go. Those 4 Plague Monks, I mean, one group didn't do anything, but the other ones were actually able to get good kills. Those Plague Monks are just always working really well. They're just, you know, they're not the best tool, but they're really a good damage dealing tool, kind of like Forsaken for Chaos. I really like them, you know, for the Skaven when you mix them in there with some of the summoned units. These Warp Fire Throws, I think that was Profpwn's downfall. They just never work for me. They're super expensive, so I think if he had replaced these with like some Gutter Runners with poisons, that would have, I think he probably could have done a ton more damage. Rat Ogres were in there doing damage, and like I said, I tied up that Doom Wheel at the end, so even though it was running free during the beginning of the battle, it wasn't able to kill as many dwarves as it would like. Here for Atticus, those upgraded skeletons you saw were holding the line for a while, but he just really got sandwiched, so that was why he's out first. In a free-for-all, you know, sometimes it happens. That's just the way the cookies crumble. That Claw and Nagash was surrounded for like the whole battle. You saw when we finally took it down at the end, but I mean, it was drawing health points, so it was in its element. You saw he was just healing those Blood Knights non-stop, and I think that the Chill guys, even though they got 72 kills, I think against the Skaven, they're really a hard kind of a hard unit to use. So you know, for me, the Chill guys have too much, you know, against the Greenskins maybe or something. But even you know, just the fact that those ethereal units can get destroyed by magic so easily, it's very difficult to kind of bring them out for me. Overall, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this one video, my comeback. Please subscribe below if this is your first time for more great online content. This is Black Iron, and we'll have more of Black Iron's battles coming to you soon.